The Oak Tree Bakery. In the heart of Verdant Valley, where wildflowers painted the meadows purple and gold, the sun peeked over the hills as a little bakery buzzed to life. The sweet smell of cinnamon and baking apples drifted through the morning air. This cozy bakery belonged to Pip the Squirrel, a clever baker with fluffy cheeks and twitchy whiskers who made the finest pies in the forest. Every morning, Pip rose before the birds even thought about singing. He'd stretch his tiny paws, straighten his blue apron, and whisper his daily motto, "Work hard, win big." Then he'd race around his kitchen like a fuzzy whirlwind. He could slice an apple in 3 seconds flat, chop, 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 and roll dough so perfectly that it looked like golden silk. While other animals played leapfrog in the meadow or splashed in the creek, Pip practiced and practiced. He had memorized 47 pie recipes and invented 12 of his own. His notebook was filled with careful measurements. Half teaspoon cinnamon, quarter cup sugar, never a grain more. Across the valley, past the babbling brook and the tall pine trees, lived Sesame the Hedgehog and her cheerful friends at the Maple Munchery. They baked pies too, but very differently. "Let's make this fun." Sesame would giggle every morning, her spiky back dusted white with flour. She'd toss handfuls of flour in the air like snow, and her friends, Benny Bunny, Chester Chipmunk, and Melody Mouse, would dance underneath, catching it in their mixing bowls. They sang silly songs while they worked. Mix and stir and laugh out loud. Baking makes us jolly and proud. Add some love and add some cheer. That's what makes our pies so dear. One crisp autumn day, when the leaves crunched underfoot like nature's crackers, Mayor Owl swooped down to the valley square. She cleared her throat with an important hoot hoot. "Attention, everyone. The great feast contest is here. In 3 days, whoever bakes the best pie wins the golden acorn, the highest honor in all of Verdant Valley." Pip's eyes sparkled like stars. This was his chance. He raced back to his bakery and pulled out his secret weapon, Great-Grandma Hazelnut's ancient recipe book. "I'll make every pie perfect," he declared to his reflection in a shiny pan. For 3 days and nights, Pip worked without stopping. He measured, mixed, rolled, and baked. He made apple pies with lattice tops that looked like golden spider webs. He made blueberry pies that sparkled like the night sky. His pumpkin pies were so smooth they could be mirrors. When his friend Rosie Robin tapped on his window on the second day, her red breast bright against the glass, she chirped, "Pip, your pies are beautiful. Want to take a break and share some berries? I found the juiciest ones by the river." "No time," Pip huffed, not even looking up from his dough. "Must keep working. 17 more pies to go." Rosie's wings drooped as she flew away. Meanwhile, Sesame's team gathered berries together, their paws and wings purple from the juice. They told jokes while mixing batter. Chester's jokes were so funny that Melody snorted milk through her tiny mouse nose. They even invented a special dance they did while waiting for pies to bake, hopping on one foot and spinning in circles. "Who wants to add the secret ingredient?" Sesame asked on the final day. "Honey," they all shouted together, drizzling golden sweetness that caught the sunlight like liquid sunshine. "And don't forget the most important ingredient," Benny Bunny added with a wink. "Friendship." They cheered, group hugging until they all tumbled over giggling. Contest day arrived with a morning so beautiful that even the butterflies seemed to dance extra fancy. The whole valley gathered in the square. Squirrels, rabbits, deer, birds, and even old Mr. Tortoise, who took 2 hours just to get there, came to watch. Pip had made 12 perfect pies, each one exactly the same, lined up like soldiers. But he stood alone in his booth, his fur messy, his eyes tired, his whiskers drooping. He hadn't slept or eaten properly in 3 days. The judges, Mayor Owl, Teacher Toad, and Grandpa Goose started their tasting rounds. Just as they reached Pip's booth, dark clouds gathered faster than anyone had ever seen. Crack! Thunder roared like an angry bear. Whoosh! Wind whipped through the valley. Then rain poured down in sheets, soaking everything. My pies! Pip squeaked in horror. His perfect pies began to melt, crusts turning soggy, fruit filling running like rivers. He tried to cover them all by himself, stretching his tiny arms impossibly wide. But there were too many. One by one, his masterpieces dissolved. Need help? A friendly voice called through the storm. Sesame appeared with her whole team, carrying giant leaf umbrellas they'd made together that morning just in case. But we're competitors. Pip squeaked, rain dripping from his whiskers. We're neighbors first. Sesame smiled, holding her leaf over Pip's head. And neighbors help each other. Without waiting for an answer, Chester and Benny began building a bark shelter. Melody ran to fetch dry ingredients from their booth. They worked together like they'd been a team forever. Pip's quick, precise movements combined with their joyful energy. Here, Sesame said, try our baking dance. It actually helps mix the dough faster. She demonstrated hopping and spinning. At first, Pip felt silly, but as he copied their moves, something magical happened. The rhythm really did help, and more importantly, he found himself laughing, really, truly laughing for the first time in weeks. His tired muscles relaxed. His whiskers perked up. I know all the measurements, Pip said excitedly, and you know all the fun. What if we combine them? Everyone shouted together. They worked as one team. Pip added his perfect crust recipe to their honey filling. Sesame suggested adding wild blackberries. Chester cracked jokes to keep spirits high. Melody hummed a working tune. Benny kept the fire going despite the rain. When the storm cleared, a rainbow arched across the valley. On the table sat their creation, the friendship pie, with Pip's perfect golden crust decorated with Sesame's creative berry swirls, sweetened with honey and love. Mayor Owl tasted it and hooted so joyfully that echoes bounced off every tree. This pie has both skill and heart. It's technically perfect and full of joy. You've all won together. The golden acorn was awarded to the whole team. They decided to take turns displaying it 1 week at the Oak Tree Bakery, the next at the Maple Munchery. That night, under a sky full of twinkling stars, the whole valley celebrated. Pip shared slices with his new friends, finally tasting what he'd been missing. I learned something important, he said, licking honey from his paws as fireflies danced around them. Perfect pies taste good, but pies made with friends taste amazing. Sesame grinned, her spikes still dusted with flour. And dancing while baking makes everything better. You know what? Pip added, looking around at all the smiling faces. I think I finally found the real secret ingredient. It's not in any recipe book. From that day forward, Pip still worked hard. He loved perfecting his craft. But he also took berry-picking breaks with Rosie Robin, sang baking songs, badly but happily, and always saved time for friends. Every Wednesday became baking together day when anyone could come help and learn. His bakery sign now read, "The Oak Tree Bakery," where every pie is baked with love and a little dancing. And if you ever visit Verdant Valley, you'll find the best pies in the world. Crispy, sweet, and always shared with a smile and a story.